good evening, good evening. How are we? How is everything happening, going? It is I, Sharon, and it is Friday night, which is not our regular night. Here we go. Let's do some sage. Let's do some clearings. Burning sage. Good evening. How are we? I know it's a different time. Well, same time, but different night. Anki, Su Cheng, Ksenia, Robin, Mary, who is here? Shalom, Alana, Francis. Today, Insta is here and Facebook is here. Hi, Carrie. I think one day you need to see how I'm doing it, and you need to see in what condition sometimes I do this. In what condition sometimes I do it. So currently I'm at my friend, Shalom Avim in New York. Hello, Mary. So I'm currently at my friend's for Shabbat dinner, for Friday night meal. And it is kind of a sacred meal and sacred time. However, I have my commitment, so we might not fully do a full hour. Hey, Kate, all the way from Albury. And we just had the beautiful meal, or they're still having it. They're giving me some of the food. So we had beautiful fish and dips and the hummus and tahini. And last night I was emceeing, and I didn't know. Last week I didn't know that I will MC. But it ended up that I was emceeing the most beautiful, fun show. You have no idea, Ksenia. And I had salmon, and now soon there'll be the real food, the main. Because this is what we do. We eat, we fresh. Speaking of food, already shed at the 11 kilos, so that's awesome. So today we are talking about, I have no idea, good habits or self-destruction. What is or what are your good habits? And sometimes can it be that a good habit can become self-destruction? So this is where we start. You start with we are going with, hey Steph, hello Diana. People saying they want to go on a diet, right? And they're saying, okay, I need to lose, to shed, really say shed, not lose, because if you're losing your keys, you want to find them. But if you want to shed the weight, it's like the skin of the snake. It doesn't look back. Creates a new one, and that's what it is. So when we want to shed weight, we're saying, oh yeah, I need 1, 2, 3, whatever, 10, 20, whatever your body really needs. And then what happens, you enjoy it and you get to like it, and then it becomes really obsessive. Then you're picking what you're eating, what you're not. Sometimes this is how eating disorders start. Now remember, eating disorder can be a lot or a little, and people binge, when they vomit, people just starve themselves, or they don't do. I'm just lighting us some Palo Santo. Hey Diana. Or sometimes people go about their way and they are doing, let's say, exercise. What is good exercise? What is right exercise? Look at for example, all the injectable. What is right, what is botched? Okay, so from enhancing certain features, it becomes an obsession. And with everything comes an obsession, it actually has a control over you. So if we will add, I can actually say that obsession equals addiction. So are you obsessed about anything? Do you have any obsession? Do you have any obsession? Do you have any addiction? Something that you have to do. Once that you can see what are you connected or addicted or obsessed about, you'll be able to shift it. Okay? So when we need to connect via love, then you're focusing on a certain thing. You're saying, yep, I would like to shed 10, 20, 30 kilos. I'm doing it. But you have your goal and you keep your goal. How many of us set goals that they know that they're going to fail in advance? Hello, Nicole. They fail in advance, right? You're saying, yeah, I'm going to do now, blah, blah, blah. Now, it's not realistic. I'm going to do a 100-kilometer hike. It could be, but can you do it tomorrow? Or do you have to prepare for it? Or do you have to, get ready? Start with 5K, 10K, 20K, 30K. And then, how long is it going to take you? I mean, when I was in the army, we used to do at the end of a course, we used to do 30-kilometer hikes at the end of the group, at the end of the course. That's what we did. We've done 30-kilometer hike, and the last 5 or 10 kilometers were with an open stretcher. And we used to carry one of the members of the course, because that's what you do. That's how you practice. But we built up for it. We've done 5 kilometers, 9 kilometers, 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers, and then, boom, you do, because your fitness level is already in a certain way. So what are you obsessed about? Or what are you feeling? Some people can even be obsessed with their health. I'm writing it here. So you see, I wrote a couple of notes. When is it enough? Even if it's a good thing. Like you can have a cube of chocolate, but if you have a whole box, it's not right. You can have a glass of wine. When you have a whole bottle or the whole case, it's not right. It's not healthy for your body. Your body cannot cope with that. So then what do you do with that? How can you figure out what is the right thing for you, konnichiwa, and what is the wrong thing for you? How can you realize, or what do you realize, when is enough is enough? Do you know? Can you write to me? What is it for you? Because that obsession equal addiction equal fear. Because what is happening? Oh my God, if I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do something right. Hi, Lana. So what are you doing? How are you going to cope with what you need for yourself? So does anyone, yes, of course you look at moderation, but this is where you need to see both sides. So are you addicted to anything? Are you addicted to food? Are you addicted to drugs? Are you addicted to prescription drugs? Are you addicted to sugar or to salt? And then what are you obsessed about? A lot of people are hiding, and I must admit that probably I have part of it as well, with a perfectionism, and especially when it comes to work. When you're doing the perfectionism in your work, what's happening? Potentially you might not be happy. Potentially you will not funny there. Potentially, when you are connecting through the love or through the fear, that will make a whole difference. So when you're saying, I would like to work on potentially shedding X amount of kilos, great. So for example, I'm doing the Cohen's diet, and I'm not promoting it on any way, but some people have actually done it, and doing it as a result of what my achievements are. And basically, I've now shed 11 kilo in 9 weeks. I have another 3 weeks. It's going to be finished when I'll be reaching to Uluru, which is today in 3 weeks, which is awesome. However, have I done it fully strictly? They're promising you 2 kilos a week, 1.5 to 2 kilos a week. However, potentially, I am not doing it 100%. I'm not a Spartan. I was never a Spartan. I'm dedicated, I'm strong, I have discipline, yet I am not a Spartan. And if I will feel that my body wants me to have a certain food, but when I'm coming from love, not craving of, oh my God, I need to have it, but, oh, I really need this. Can you see even the way that I say it, how different it is? So when you have that, then your whole energy is different. You need to go for what you need, because you're probably, and don't say, yes, I need drugs, yes, I need alcohol, yes, I need the food that doesn't serve my energy. That is the addiction. That is the obsession. It goes even on I don't know, gambling and all the other addictions, okay? So this is where we need to realize what is the right thing for us and what is not. Now, when you're allowing yourself to do what diet was that, you look great. Thanks, Anki. It's called the Cohen's diet. Just look at it on the internet. One of my clients shed 50 kilos for her 50th birthday, and I've been with these clients for many years, so it's like I've been observing it, and I said, worth the try. So yes, so I've shedded now 11 kilos. But for me, it's as long as my body is in a certain structure. Like even if you're doing the 2 days and 5 days, even if you're doing the Atkins diet, even if you're doing ketosis, even if you're doing many other different diets, it's not about that. Or if you're doing the intermittent fasting, whatever works for you. But you cannot be too strict. As well, you cannot be too indulgent. It goes both ways. And this is where, I guess, there are people who are gym junkies. Well, junkie, it's not just, junkies is already a word that is referring to an addiction. And guess what? Like when you go to the gym, the dopamine, the adrenaline, it's like joy. You have all this rush of achievement. I mean, I know I'm doing 3 times a week, and every time that I manage to lift a bit more, a little bit more, it's thrilling, it's phenomenal, it's fantastic. However, I'm doing it with the supervision. Will I go alone to the gym and do it? No way. And some people do, and that is amazing, okay? So the question is if you're doing it because it's not good enough or because you're hungry for more. So Ksenia, you're a personal development junkie. Of course, I'm growth junkie, but in moderation. I would read a roman or a novel, you know, or I will read Harlan Coben mystery and phenomenal thinking of, it's like that, of course it's murder, but it's like tick, 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 tick. I like to keep my brain active. I'm studying Russian from all languages. Привет. Just to keep my brain going, because otherwise I don't want to get stagnant. I don't want to get bored. Someone asked me, like, she said, every time that you get bored, you produce the product. I'm like, yeah. I have now 24 products here. Just this, it's 24 products. I have the scent of the soul. I have the 9 pendants. Because for me, to create, it's not a problem. I'm structural, I'm practical, and it's easy to do. However, if I'll just be busy in doing, I won't enjoy it. And I want to enjoy what it is. Now, can someone from Facebook just write me a word or two? Because it's been a bit quiet and I don't know if people are here or not. You know, so every time that you have this idea, I need you to see if you can actually find practicality in it. Unless it's a total, unless it's a total fun, and that is great as well, then it doesn't have to be practical. It can just be a switch off. You know, when I fly, I take with me always like 3, 4, 5. Usually when I go to Israel, it's like 24 hours on a plane, right? Or as such, or the ride. I'll take this book and I'll take this book. Even when I go to the Gold Coast, I take like 2, 3 books. But then I'm like, no, that used to be. Now I just put them in the suitcase and I take 1 book and I read it. And usually I read in Hebrew to switch the brain off. So not just English, we do the Hebrew. And then people look at me and they're like, how is she reading this one? What is it? And I'm like, this is Hebrew. This is the language of the Bible. I always, it cracks me. So I do some diplomacy as well. So I allow myself to just switch off by doing something else. But sometimes I will just do a silent meditation. Sometimes I will just sit and be with gratitude. You don't have to do. A lot of people have FOMO. A lot of people have fear of missing out. You don't. Unless this is your actual last life and you know it, hopefully, then you have to tick, tick, tick. But if you are doing this, be aware. Be aware. You're going to get everything that you didn't finish. And that can be shitload of things. Like I know when I'm going with a group, I'll call them a tribe at this stage because we're going to be 26, please God. And this week I said to them, I'll call you my kids. I said to my kids, because I'm the queen bee here, if you look at the word, the number 26, Hebrew is a numerological or numeric language. And it's 13 and 13. And the word Hebrew, ahava, love, is 13. Echad, one, is 13, which is the name of God. Together, it's one love. Or it's the connection of all the letter of God. So I know that we're going to have a special mission there. And we're going to be united. And we are united to connect all the energies to bring it into fruition and into a lot of positive energy. Now, some people, Francis, you're a crazy horse lady, or gym junkies, or knowledge junkie, or doing. I have few people that come to me and they have addiction for doing, and then addiction to complete things, okay? So how many things can you juggle together? How many things? Sometimes, even now with let's say, with food prep, or with planning the meal, or the menu for the week, you know, you need to actually connect. You need to actually connect to the level of what's realistic and what's not. So, for example, when I do production, I practice it first, and I'm seeing what I can do. So, for example, how many bottles can I label? What can I do? How many can I fill? But I'm a maniac. I'm pretty quick. I'm very quick. If I'll expect people to be in my speed, I'll be constantly disappointed. Why? I compete with myself. I was a professional basketballer, volleyballer. Every sport day at school, I was representing my school. I was running long distance, not so much short, jumping. Why? Because that was my outlet. My adrenals forced me to do sport. I channeled it into positivity, right? So then, that's part of the bittersweet gifts when you are on adrenals, right? In the army, you have to. I've never shot anyone. I never had to, thank God. I only worked with civilians. However, you are in the training. You are in that mission. Okay? And this is where you need to allow yourself to be connected to what is really driving you. Is it love or is it fear? If you're saying I'm bored, why did I become a celebrant? First of all, I've been running ceremonies for over 20 years. Almost 25 years. However, 28 years. See, I'm addicted to accuracy. Not simple. But I had few couples that asked me. It's funny that those two couples are not together anymore, but I've wedded many others. And it was just the instigator. So I said, all right, I'll do it. It was a year studies, and it was driving to Geelong all the time, every few weeks. But I've done it. I've committed, I've done it. Ksenia, he says, you're the most committed person ever. I'm not. I'm just disciplined when I know that if I cannot control it, I will engage myself. I will engage myself with people who can help me. So with a personal trainer, or with a plan, with a plan of what to do. So whether it's food or whether it's this, even intermittent fasting, you cannot eat for 16 hours. Okay, it's a plan. And then for 8 hours you can eat what you want. Okay, and then you push it and you do it 16, 17. However, okay, when it becomes anorexic or when it becomes obsessive, oh, I wonder if I can fast for a full day, then 2 days, and then 3 days. Now, if you're doing it, thank you. If you're doing it from obsession, it's the beginning of the end, let me tell you. But if you're doing it from a little challenge and then you stop, it's good. You're doing it little challenge and you stop, otherwise you do get stagnant. So it's a very, very gentle balancing and imbalancing what is right for you and what is not. How will you know what is right for you? You connect to the divine masculine, the divine feminine. We then put it together and you find what it is. Can I do it? I don't know, but will I give it a go? I can. If I like it, I'll do it. Can you commit? No, you can commit to trying. But then, let me add another layer. Ready? Then, you need to see what is your expectation. Do you expect to fail or do you expect to be successful? If there is any part of you that is not allowing itself to be in that balance, what happens? You will sabotage yourself and you will do the destruction. You won't be able to do it. Tanya, you won't be able to achieve what you really want. Okay? So let us connect with the goal. So give me a goal. Let's do something together. Give me a goal that you need help and support with, that will help you to become self-care and good habits versus the self-destruction. How many of you work too many hours? How many of you, especially if you run your own business? Okay, there's a little bit of hair here that drives me insane. It tickles my third eye. So how many of you actually work too much? How many of you burn the midnight oil? I know, if you have a deadline, that's fine. Do it once. Sometimes I do it once a month when I need to write the newsletter or when I need to achieve few things or when I'm inspired. If I'm inspired, I get to the creative. I'm saying, okay, here we go. We're having a white night. And I'm going with that because that's when a lot of good ideas are coming through and then I'm releasing it. But it doesn't matter because if you can rest the next day, you're fine. Okay? Doesn't matter. It's like intermittent fasting, but the opposite. Does that make sense? And this is where we need to allow ourselves to flow. So what are you addicted to? Can you tell me? What is your overindulgent trigger, instigator that makes you go more? It's not enough, more. Are you doing it from FOMO? Are you doing it from what's your driver? Tell me. Write to me. While I'll burn some more. Lucky the smoke detectors, right? So what are you addicted to? Let's say people who loves soccer, for example, or the Olympic Games, right? They will stay for a few weeks, but then there'll be the Grand Prix. Then will be the, I don't know, Formula 1. Then you'll have this. Then you'll have that. And from all the sports, you become a wreck. So you need to decide what is the right thing for you. Are you being a responsible adult? Or if it's, let's say, a 1, if 𝗚ście is still here, it's the Eurovision, right? We stay whatever hour it is because depends where it is. If it's not that important, then you'll watch it the next day. So it all depends. What is the game? What is the ratio of your things? So what are you pushing yourself and addicted to that might lead to your self-destruction? Write to me. Hello, Richard. Hello, Helen. If there is Richard, there is Helen. Hello, Jody. Oh, suddenly everyone joining us. That's awesome. So when you're looking at your habit working is your escape, Francis? What is your addiction that creates? What is your addiction that creates potentially self-destruction in your life? What is it? What is it? Years or yes? Hi, Erica. So I had few people who used the comfort. What does comfort mean to you? So it's important for you to be comfortable, but to what level? What does comfort is? There is comfort, there is indulgence, there is gluttony, there is I deserve it, there is I just want it, you know? So this is where you need to have a look at it. So the elixir that I was thinking about for this week is about forgiveness. And remember, if you will write love live or live love, I can't remember, I have to admit, live love, that's it, it's live love. I'm trying to remember why did I do it, and that's what it is, it's the live love. You get 10% of the product of the week. So this week's product is I Am Forgiveness. And Kate, you've got the whole range. It's good to take that. So I Am Forgiveness to enable one to trust again after deep hurt, to overcome internal battles with oneself, with others, and with the world. So when you're addicted to crystals, yes, but if you buy too many crystals and you don't have money to eat, then you can't eat the crystal, unfortunately. Okay? Even though it's a very nice, powerful, energetic addiction. But sometimes we can just do window shopping. Some people will say shoes, the Imelda Marcus. Some people will say clothes. As long as it is not an escape, as long as you can just do it and shift it. So, yes, crystal diet. As long as it's not crystal meth, right? So addicted to smoke and alcohol, and I've realized my triggers, so I stop and go for a walk or meditation. Wonderful, Shamay. Beautiful. Yes, work addiction, especially if you run your own business, it's addictive, but the problem with that as well, that it is comforting. It gives you a wage. It gives you satisfaction. It gives you transformation. Not many people go to work on Sunday. I love working on Sunday. I won't work on Saturday, Shabbat. It's the Sabbath. No, I won't. But I will do the difference. I work on Sunday, on Monday, I work on Wednesday. Does that make sense? But when we're addicted to other people's success via our vehicle, then who are we doing it for? Are we doing it for them or for us? How can we stop? Do we have a savior complex? Or do we have a martyr complex? Or we have there's so many complexes, you know? So, yes. Which ring? This one? This one I got in Berlin. So, I Am Forgiveness. If you ever say, it happened so long ago, and yet I don't seem to be able to move on and forgive. I should have approached it better than I did. I've made a mess. And the whole situation is filled with hate and resentment. The resentment and anger in my heart is now unbearable. I can't even see myself. Pravda, huh? I can't even see myself falling in love again. I feel like my heart is broken and withered up like an old woman or man. Okay, it's for people who have internal battle with themselves through over-striving flawless beauty. They are deeply disturbed by personal aging and imperfection. It has 𝗏𝗏, which is salt, really. And the battle is overprotecting themselves from being oversensitive to real or perceived hurt. So it's not real often, right? 𝗏𝗏 can become extremely closed and guarded emotionally. So retention, fluid retention, or constipation, or delayed menstrual cycle. This can help. And sulfur suffer from hurt from the outside world not acknowledging their brilliance. And that goes on the skin, eczema, dry, burning, itchy skin condition, which will be, the skin is the lung, and the lung, right, is grief and mourning. So let me take one for all of us. So you always shake it, you do this. Hello, Marina. You take that. 7 drops, or I do some here. And the affirmation is, I now forgive and let go of all my hurt and fear. Say that. I now forgive and let go of all my hurt and pain. I forgive myself and others in order to free myself, and I now replace the hurt with love. So when you are hurting from someone else, you're holding it. When you're angry at someone else, you're holding it. They're saying in revenge, Buddha or 𝗚ście Eastern, they're saying when you are, when you have a revenge, or when you plan a revenge, build 2 graves, because it's for you as well. Because you're the one who's carrying it, you know? There's a very famous story about a monk that goes with his student, and there is a woman that needs to cross the bank of the river, and the teacher says to the student or himself, I can't remember it properly, to carry her to the other side. And it was a woman, and the monk are not supposed to touch, but she couldn't cross it. And he crossed, and the student was walking, and and he's like, why did you do it? How did you do it? Why did you do it? Da, 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 da. And then the teacher said to him, I helped that woman say 1 kilometer ago, why are you still carrying her? So every time that you are looping in your head about a specific subject, I need you to remember. I need you to remember that you are actually doing self-destruction. You are not helping yourself. I know if I'm annoyed at something or someone, I don't get annoyed very quickly or very easily. And when it does, it really goes. But when will it go? As soon as I will learn the lesson. If I haven't learned the lesson yet, it's like, oh, fuck, why did they do it to me? Why did I do it? Do, until you see the source. And usually the source is within yourself. We are all mirrors. So where do they disturb us? What do they do to annoy us? Once that we see that, you can actually clear it and you let it go. And once that you let it go, you are free. And that person or that behavior within this person or other people will not disturb you anymore. Does that make sense? And do you have any questions? So, obsession, addiction, fear, it cannot be from love. You can say you love your job. I love my job. It's not a job. It's a joy, right? However, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. When I go and do house clearing or demon clearing or such, it takes energy. I make it look really easy. Yesterday, when I've done the MC, there were 700 people. Yes, it was only a few minutes that I was standing there and speaking. But really, you have to hold the energy. You have to hold the energy. So you need to see how much energy does what you do affect you. And once that you are connecting to that, you can let it go. And that's the main thing. Does that make sense? All right. Who would like any questions? So the live love, good, is forgiveness. I am forgiveness. And this is what it's about. It's about allowing yourself to connect to yourself in the most powerful way and to let go and let God. Because as soon as we forgive, we can actually receive. Because it's holding space. That anger will hold space. Okay? All right, so Insta or Facebook? Who's first? Who would like a card? Quick, 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 quick. Who would love a card? Who would love a card? Opa. It was just on the nose. But Robin, you were first. Okay, cards, cards, cards. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Daphne. Okay, we'll do it in a second. Ani, Ayuni. Are you with Nat there? Can you send her my love? Jeanette. Beautiful. All right, so I'm starting with Facebook. All right, so Robin, you are the first one. The card for you is... The card for you is regeneration. Sorry, so the reading is from my own deck of cards, from Survive to Thrive by yours truly. Well-loved packet, but it's very strong. It has 74 cards and it has affirmation according to the chakra, and you can focus on the 𝗏𝗶𝗃 and to meditate on it, okay? So, Robin, your card is regeneration. Say with me, my cells are now regenerating to full capacity on all levels and dimensions. My cells are now regenerating to full capacity on all levels and dimension. Okay, if you want a card, just say yes, please. All right, Charmaine, the card for you is success. The card for you is success. I am now willing, ready, and able to create new pathways to success. I have the magic touch. So just what you said about the smoking and the alcohol. Just go for a walk, change it. This is the new pathway. Okay? Avi, no, Kate. I'm going to call Kate. Kate, your card is restoring. Your card is restoring. My processing methods are fast and accurate. My brain is now enjoying this freedom. Beautiful. Avi, the card for you is enlightenment. Yayuni. I am in the light. I am the light. I now share the light. And Avi here, he wrote a description for all the Old Testament. And he wrote the beautiful knowledge about the portions of the Bible. And every week I'm lucky enough to receive it. Every week I get just the tune in, the energetic tune in. So thank you. Toda. Carrie, a card for you. Coming into the light. Coming into the light. I am now part of the Universal Light Collective family. I am now part of the Universal Light Collective family. Thanks, Francis. And for Nat, the card for Nat is active. Yalla, get out of the hospital already, Nat. I am now active and full of vital energy. I am now active and full of vital energy. And Francis, the card for you is top. Restoring. Your card is restoring. I now restore every cell in my body to full vitality. And if you there on Insta thinking, oh my God, she's finishing all the good cards, there are 74 cards. Abundance in my deck. You know? Beautiful. And the card for me is deprived content. I am now willing, ready, and able to tune into my needs. That's it. What are my needs? If I'm here doing, I'm going to keep it short, I thought, but it's already 9:45, you see? Anyone else here? Perfect. Covered everyone. All right. Let us do here the Insta people. So who else is here? Ksenia, you still here? Diana, the card for you is Heart Center. We in love, are we? I am now willing, ready, and able to connect myself and the world through my heart. To connect myself and the world through my heart. Daphne, card for you is melancholy. Has it been a little bit hard? I know, Mom passed away. I now choose to lift my sadness and fill myself with joy. I now choose to lift my sadness and fill myself with joy. Kate, the card for you is balance. The card for you is balanced. I am now in full balance in every area of my life. I am now in full balance in every area of my life. Sue Chang, the card for you is abundance. Opa. Woo, got two. Okay, so one is abundance, one is exhausted. Are you working too hard for your abundance, right? So abundance is, I'm now proud of my achievement and am full of gratitude for my wonderful life. Abundance is everywhere. However, my energy, like you're tired. So my energy is vitalized. I now choose to rest and replenish my mind, body, and soul. Okay. Jeanette, the card for you is inadequate. Is there anything that you're feeling inadequate with? I am now willing, ready, and able to explore my personality in a loving way. So be nice to yourself. Be nice to yourself, please. Okay. Kay, are you here? Did you want a card? I'm not sure. Okay, one for Amanda. Amanda, the card is ultimate love. I am now willing, ready, and able to create new pathways of love, joy, and happiness. And the card for Amy is traumatized. I now heal all my traumas. I choose to revive and thrive right here, right now. Okay? Ksenia, the card for you is, you're welcome. Ksenia, letting go and confident. Letting go and confident. As I let go of my fears, I find my confidence. I now enjoy being the amazing person that I truly am. Another layer there, Ksen. And this is what we're working on. To be as amazing as you are, just as you are. What was the song? Don't go changing. Da 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 da. And then what does he say? I love you just the way you are. Do do. Da, da, da. Cards for Chris. No, I know what I will always be. Christopher, your card is in my hand already. Unmotivated, motivated. I am now willing, ready, and able to be motivated and bring the spark back into my life. Don't we know what is that about, right? Okay. Ami, רוצה קלף? Ami, your clef is worthy. I am now worthy of love and all the good in the world. Shefa. Beautiful. Any questions, anyone? Let's do one general card. Strengthening and free. Strengthening and free. The war is over and I am now free. Now, how appropriate is that for completing that obsession and self-destruction, right? This is what we want to shift. All right. Any questions, everyone, or anyone? Let me just light another round of sage. This house is now in a smoke detector mode. I even brought my own candles. I brought everything. I just did the wandering spiritualos. I put my little shell. Bring everything with me. This is how we do it. Ilanit, הוצאתי לך קלף? I think you were the first one. Ilanit, back to life. Back to reality. Everybody. Should I just put it in the Uluru list? Back to life, back to reality. I am now safe and back to life. Yalla, inshallah. So I'm just wishing everyone the best joy, happiness, support, forgiveness, and if you'll do love, live love, don't judge me. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. All right, I'm going back for my Shabbat dinner. My hosts, lucky they know me and they're good friends, so that's cool. I love you all. You take care. Feel free to always DM me. Very accessible. All is good. Lots of love. I hope that if you have any questions about what we've done here and you want to know some more, talk to me. Right? Yalla sababa. And on Tuesday is going to be 150 days for the massacre. We want to bring everyone home. Right? Let's do it. Love you lots. Take care. Be well. You are my sunshine, my